limitations help reveal our strength. Dr. Jordan Peterson was discussing how the Superman comic book, Superman character was losing its audience because it simply used to conquer all problems, defeat the villain, take care of the bomb, take care of the catastrophe, and never losing. But that there's a bigger audience for a hero that's more human. And I thought about that for a moment, because even when other philosophers say that I'm trying to think which philosopher it was, or if I just read this in a philosophy book, that the gods envy us because we are mortal, we are flawed, versus a god or gods or goddesses. You know, would they even have sex? Versus gods that simply never lose. Could you imagine that? How boring that would be if you watched a playoff game where every year for the last 1,000 years the Lakers, the Laker team already will win, are going to win. That any problem that you would want to fix or change, that there's a simple remedy for it. But it doesn't work like that. It does not fucking work like that. Because there are going to be lazy fucks that are going to say, I think I'm putting the ice closer here. Lazy motherfuckers are gonna say, "Oh yeah, dog, but you don't understand, man. If we did things our way, my way, things would be better." And now that's why it gets me when motherfuckers tell me, "Hey, dog, hey man, you're lucky because you could draw." That's a lie. I am not lucky. I'm consistent, I'm focused, and if anything, I'll say the word is stubborn. And I just roll with it. Because I could just say, oh my goodness, I'm clearing my throat too much. The lighting on this video is not good enough. It's not balanced. I'm not speaking directly into a microphone. Retake, redo. No, just roll with it, man. And I think I'm losing my train of thought a bit, because I think that with the places that I've traveled to, the network that I've grown without social media, without having without coming from wealth, without coming from a famous name, from family connections. But then again, I could say it did come from wealth, because if you live in America, you're part of the top 1% of the world. When you look at the population of the world, where you know, there are way more people without electricity or internet that are living on dollars a day. So yeah, I'm compared to that, I'll say that I am wealthy. Because I grew up with the place that had the electricity and locked doors. Versus if you were born and raised in South Africa, that's a whole other shit right there. But when I wasn't able to draw as, what are the words, fluidly, a word like that, okay? When I wasn't able to just have my creative flow just come out. Before that, I had to practice a lot, ton. No, I definitely did not have fans of my earlier work. Maybe a handful that were friends because of who I was, but I noticed that the more colorful, more detailed, more refreshing my work gets, the more that people like it, share it, comment, subscribe, and add me. And I believe that that what I do is it's normal. And I think that a lot of people live, I wonder if this is the word, subnormal lives, because all I did was simply say, I'm gonna sit down and make it happen. That's all I did. I'm gonna get better at this one thing, regardless that everyone is, most people in my life are blue collar workers. People that I grew up with, people that I was around with that said, "Oh, dog, you just need to get a 401k job with the union, hide behind the union master, and fight for a paycheck and get some bitch that could put up with you and knock her up, and that's it, man. You got it, man. Have kids and repeat the process of stupidity, of being naive." But in experiencing the life that I've had, fuck, man, it's made me hungrier. It makes you wonder, man, will I be able to live long enough to travel all the countries that I want to go to, network with all the people that I want to go with, and get into all the businesses, sorts of businesses or mediums that I want to be shared on? Will that be possible? And not to be worried about that, instead of worrying and being like, oh, will I do it, or losing sleep over it, getting stressed over it, instead I'm just like, well, overall, I need to make kick-ass products, refreshing products, and things off-center here, and make it happen. And the only way I could do that is by taking my time with each piece. This is just an Invader Zim piece, and it's 2D. The cartoon is pretty much 2D, but it doesn't mean that I just need to give it some flat ass fucking colors. No. And just because it's a cartoon doesn't mean that I can fuck around with the proportions and say, yeah, fuck it, whatever. It's like lifting, similar to lifting weights, because if you realize that you're going to bench so much, curl so much, leg press so much, you're like, fuck, you know, this is my max. What do I need to do to lift more, to do more? What can you do to lift more? Then you can apply that in your life to say, how can I do more in life with the time I got? And it just comes down to asking questions. From yourself, from the masters, from the experts. And not just one either, because you could just have, you could also have experts that are just lucky. Or have teachers that are lucky, or even have teachers that maybe you only like because those are the only ones that you know about. Let me think, what should the ear be? So if you're going through a rough time, push through it, man. They're challenges, obstacles, things that I've made, that I've overcome in my life. And when you finally reach the top of the mountain, the top of the summit, complete a project, make a sale, do this or do that, accomplish this or accomplish that, there's a sensation that crushes the secure feeling of, oh, it's Monday, I gotta just work, clock in, clock out, and I'll be good for the day, I'll be good for the week, you know, the master will be good to me. Beats that comfort, beats that program. Okay, sidetracked here because I'm thinking, oh shit, there's a robot pig, how to make this. Come in there. About the ear now. And it's chalked up in the category of what Jim Rohn put, mysteries of the mind, where one doesn't know why one person thinks a certain way, why another person thinks another sort of way. And we could pull someone over attempt to change someone and be like, oh, you should think like this, you should think like that. Could you imagine if I stopped making these videos, and instead I encountered everyone who wanted to draw, who thought about drawing, thought about it, did some doodles. I was like, come on, man, you know, why don't you enjoy drawing as much as I do? Why don't you put in more hours as much as I do? And I did this to my dying days. What would happen to the collection of stuff, to the thoughts that I would have on my mind? They wouldn't come to be. So just make it happen for your life, because there's a lot of people out there. There's one dumb fuck motherfucker who remember felt victimized. My philosophy is just make it happen.